I hate trash men. Who are the trash men? The trash men are the domestic abusers. Trash men are sexual assaulters and the rapists. The trash men are men who hold views, misogynistic views, specifically misogynoir. If you have animus towards black women, you're a fuckboy, okay? Just be clear about that. And there's a lot of fuckboys out here, and there's not enough good brothers collecting the fuckboys. Good bruvs. Good bruvs. why ain't y'all whipping these niggas? Anyway, we're gonna come back to that. so when I say the embarrassment of the Black Manosphere, I'm talking about them problematic ass niggas. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Joe Button ass niggas. Clearly, I was talking about Nori and Drink Champs, and I didn't realize I was talking about Nori and Drink Champs. But let's get in it. So, making the rounds around the social media was Kanye West's appearance on the very popular podcast known as Drink Champs. Drink Champs is hosted by rapper Noriega and some other niggas, I don't know, and they sit around and get drunk and ask each other questions. Sounds like a fucking nightmare. Sounds like a goddamn nightmare. Get me out of this fucking room with a bunch of drunk ass dudes talking to each other. Oh my God. It sounds like punishment. What did I do, Jesus? I've never seen Drink Champs in my life. So before watching these clips, I was aware of what it was. I just never bothered to see it again. Because I don't like to sit around and listen to men talk to each other. It's usually a very dangerous, it could be a very slippery slope. Shit can go off the rails very quick. In the absence of strong voiced black women in a lot of these spaces is noted. We're going to get there. But really quick, let me bring y'all up to speed. And I apologize. If you have no interest in this, I get it. I have a specific interest in this, and it doesn't involve Kanye losing his mind or whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck about Kanye. That nigga is gone, okay? It is gone. But is the ways in which his peers and his audience and the fans, or even the non-fans, react to Kanye and shit like this. This critique in part is about consumers making better fucking decisions about whom they decide to give their time, eyeballs, and lend credibility to. Okay, and the reasons why celebrity is not the direction that you should go. But in case you have not seen Kanye talking absolutely fucking simple, let me give this to you. So this is the clip that has been really pissing everybody off, where he talked about George Floyd not dying as a result of the knee on the neck from Derek Chauvin, but for other reasons. And then he gets into, you know, the fashion gentleman, Virgil Abloh, who passed away. I mean, it goes all over the place. But the main thing I want you to watch is the lack of pushback from the interviewer about the shit Kanye was saying. And again, it's going to start off, yeah, fuck it. No, let's just watch the shit. Just watch the shit. And I'm going to come back and let the chopper sing. So let's check out this first clip of Drink Champs, the Kanye West interview.
I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace Owens put up. One of the things that his two roommates said was, they want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. And the day when he died, he said a prayer for, 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. He said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. When he said mama is his girlfriend. They said he screamed for his mama. Mama was his girlfriend. It's in the documentary. But something that hit me, that fucked me up when I was watching the documentary, and it said, they want a tall guy like me. When I looked at that image of him, this tall black dude with the bald head, he reminded me of somebody else. Who you think he reminded me of?
Virgil.
He reminded me of Virgil. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna cry in front of y'all because that's how they get me, right?
Right.
But I know that we lost him. And I know that this white company, Louis Vuitton, is now making statues of him, like as a martyr. And we don't know why exactly. We say it's cancer.
But all right. I want to be careful with this subject because.
Wait a second, but tell me, could you even really run this interview? Because Mav didn't run my interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They blocked me out. The Jewish media blocked me out. This shit lit, right? I'm lit, right? I'm lit. I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? JP Morgan, I put $140 million into JP Morgan, and they treated me like shit. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how they treating the rest of y'all?
That's outrageous, yeah.
And this murderers with Chase accounts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I am outraged. By the time people they want to calm it down.
Because no matter what, you didn't break no law.
I didn't break a law.
No matter what.
The bank shouldn't be a judge or jury on anything that's going on.
But this is it's like a social contract. Candace Owens has a word for it, I'm forgetting. But it's basically like they told Candace Owens she couldn't hang out with me. You know,
Oh, word, yay. JP Morgan wouldn't take your $140 million. Dog, that's fucked up, man. That's outrageous. Listen to these fucking dick riding ass niggas. Why the fuck you worried about this rich nigga problems? Like, Kanye really bothers me. And the problem is he speaks for a lot of people. And I can't even begin to put a number on it. I can't say if it's a lot or a little, but it's a not insignificant portion, right? These specific black men have such white man aspirations that they can't understand that after all the boots they done licked, after all the MAGA hats that they wore and appearances that they made with Trump, that they take $140 million to JP Morgan and still get the nigga treatment, right? And Kanye don't give a fuck that JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America and Wells Fargo, that they've been stealing for niggas for years, that they were pivotal in the housing crisis in which black people lost their homes and still have not yet recovered financially. No. Kanye is only aggrieved as a black man when he receives individual bad customer service, bad treatment. He doesn't give a fuck about the way that the rest of black people are treated. Yo, man, if I came in there with 140 million, how the fuck you think they treating y'all? Nigga, we fucking knew. Like, I'm sure, I hope someone tried to tell your dumbass, don't take your $140 million to JP Morgan and Chase, you fucking idiot. But see, because Kanye has had this proximity as a celebrity and as he's had this proximity to upper echelon whites, and I even loathe to call the Kardashians upper echelon whites, but their bank accounts indicate that they are upper echelon whites somewhat, right? And then his proximity to people like Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Like, Kanye wants to be treated like a white man, right? And he keeps getting so perturbed that he's not treated with all the due deference and get to do all the extra dickhead shit that white men do without being called to the carpet. And let me say this. I am bothered by Kanye's anti-Semitic comments because it is anti-Semitic. If he wants to have a specific critique about Zionism and Zionists, I'd be willing to hear him. But to broad brush Jewish people as the reason why blah, 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 why you are not getting all the courtesies befitting of you as a white man, Kanye, shut the fuck up, man. But the problem is his anti-Semitism is on brand with his anti-blackness, with his misogyny and his specific misogynoir, right? Kanye doesn't like marginalized people, despite him at some point in his life being a marginalized person himself. But the lack of pushback, and this is really kind of grinding my gears because, again, that nigga is gone. Kanye, arrivederci, my guy. You're done. You're done out here. Like, your initial audience that rock with you when you was in the Talib Kweli video, Get By with your jaw wired shut. Like, I hope all of us, because I include myself in that first wave of Kanye fans, because he was killing them with the beats. He came through with blessing them with rhymes, and then them first 3 albums, hard. People have had 3 album runs, but you got to give them first 3 its proper due, right? I don't take anything away from him formally as an artist, as a producer, but he has thrown away so much cultural and societal goodwill with his black audience, in my opinion, specifically those in his age range, like myself, like there's no coming back from that. Like there's no amount of left tilting radicalization that you could undergo to make me forget that you wore a MAGA hat, you said slavery was a choice, you stumped for Donald fucking Trump, and now you kick it with Candace Owens. Nigga, bye. Arrivederci. And why? But again, circling back to my real actual point here. Where was the pushback? How is it that these niggas is as starstruck to be around other rich niggas or niggas richer than them? These niggas, I can't even call them groupies because goddamn, a groupie may have a little bit of pushback, right? And she might get put out the limo after that, or she might say something. But Noriega and the other nigga in there came off as some dick riding, fucking non-thinking yes men. And because Kanye is of such a status, I understand. I don't agree, but I understand why people are loath to push back on him, right? Because he'll get loud. He'll start, nah, like he'll go on that direction. But when you have a platform as consumed as Drink Champs is, I would think that you would have a responsibility. And people are making the argument that Nori's not a journalist. You can't expect him to hold people responsible. Okay, well, nigga, then take this dragging then. Then take the appropriate dragging that you received on social media for letting Kanye make anti-Semitic marks, say all this shit in general, and then not say anything back to him. Say the shit he said about George Floyd. And the fact that Kanye is so confidently quoting Candace Owens, another reason why you niggas should drop him off and leave him in the middle of the fucking ocean, okay? Kanye aspires to capitalism, right? Obviously, he doesn't have enough to be a capitalist himself. He does not own the means of production for where they're making them Yeezys over there in Asia. But that's what he wants to do. And he don't give a fuck if he exploits workers across the globe who make his very ugly clothes for slave wages and no worker protections. He doesn't care. He does not care. And he doesn't care about black folks at all. The nigga who got up and said after Hurricane Katrina that George Bush doesn't care about black people, that guy is gone. Okay, that guy has gone away. He has gone away. Who is this? What's up, Infinite Content? Infinite Content with the super chat. Thank you so much, baby. Infinite Content says, Kim, has Kanye ever considered that the reason he doesn't get the treatment that he wants so much is because he's been a peak fuckboy for the past few years? But see, Kanye thinks that he is cooning on behalf of his advancement. Infinite Content. Look at his moves lately. He just went on Tucker Carlson. He rocked the White Lives Matter. Like, he doesn't understand why JP Morgan and Chase wouldn't take his $140 million with a smile. See, he doesn't understand. I mean, and part of me thinks that he does, but he is just truly in a place of denial and thinking that he has checked off all the boxes of white adjacent enough that he should be afforded all of the white privilege that he sees Elon Musk get, right? But hold on. I'm getting away from my point because I really didn't want to make this necessarily about him. I wanted to make it about the fact that the lack of pushback is because there are not sisters in these spaces, okay? And maybe you all can correct me, and I'm sure that you all will, because I told y'all I do not fucking engage in the manosphere because I like my mental health, okay? Because I like smiling and I don't like being grumpy and angry, listening to men fucking jerk each other off in a go nowhere conversation under the influence of fucking brown liquor. Like, no. I will find better ways to waste my time, I assure you. But the lack of sisters in these spaces is always very telling to me, right? Because these niggas know that there's certain shit that they can say to other niggas that other niggas are not going to say anything to them, check them, collect them, correct them, nothing. But the right sister is going to say, even nicely, right? Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? Because I have to say, and I know I project a lot about what I would have said would I have been in the room? And you guys have watched this long enough to understand that there are reasons why I'm not in the room, right? Because certain shit is just not going to fly in front of me. I may not say it where I in the situation. I may not say it as tough as I say I would say it while I'm sitting here trying to show off of my internet friends. But trust and believe, baby, I would say something. Okay, I would not say nothing. I would not let that nonsense that he said about George Floyd's death go unchallenged or unchecked. I would not let Kanye take that stance about if I took my $140 million into JP Morgan, they treated me like shit. What the fuck they think they doing to y'all? Like Kanye would have got collected in some way, form, or fashion, okay? And you guys know I'm not as politically astute as some of the other very valiant sisters that we have had on this program, that I am in community with, and who I see out here talking up the things. But I assure you, I assure you, even sometimes with my political inarticulation, nigga, I do not let dumb shit slide. Them niggas could have never said that dumb shit in front of me. You understand? They could have never said that dumb shit in front of me. And let me play this other clip, because there's some other dumb shit that niggas could not have said in front of me. This is another clip. Oh, God. From this fucking interview. I'm sorry. I'm rolling my eyes just thinking about the clip that I fucking chose. But the casual misogyny. Now, when these niggas have talked so much shit about women in general throughout the duration of their public life, when these niggas got me in a position where I feel like I have to speak up on behalf of a Kardashian, now now the shit has gone too far. It has gone too fucking far. But Will, run that second clip for me, please.
Yes.
Be honest.
I gotta be honest. So, but when you wear the White Lives Matter shirt, it kind of takes away from everything from black people. Because what it is like the same way you wore the
Confederate flag.
And we're like, damn. And I know you. I love you. I fuck with you. You my brother. So I take this. And I'm a real nigga. And I'm a real nigga in the streets every day. But even me, I question, like, why would you try to... Like, even when you said, George Floyd, and you said, George Floyd, and you said, I could prove that somebody wasn't on his neck. We don't even care about that yet.
Because we don't care.
But let me finish. We black people, we Black Panthers, we fucking the people that you gotta fuck with. We fucked with you when it was time for you to say that it's to fuck with you. We want to continue to follow you. We do. You are yay. But when the White Lives Matter, we know White Lives Matter. We know that. But Black Lives Matter when we are getting killed every fucking single day. We have to notice that.
But since that happened, we haven't got killed less. We got killed more. We broke more shit up. You gotta understand, it's like what I'm doing is tight jeans. If you think about a Meek Mill's outfit and you picture him, you're gonna picture him in some tight jeans.
All right. Let me echo what I saw someone on social media say and talk about the irresponsibility of having a person who has been very public about their mental health crises, have them in a situation where there's alcohol around and they're being peppered with questions, right? Now, Kanye is going to open up his mouth and say stupid shit regardless, right? But very irresponsible on Nori. And again, just looking at that clip, just thinking about brothers sitting around getting drunk, pontificating, fucking kill me. Like, it sounds like a goddamn nightmare. Like, oh my God. Now, I can deal with pontificating off the bud, okay, off some herb, off some tree. Off the liquor, no fucking thank you. No fucking thank you. I need y'all to shut y'all dumb, drunk asses the fuck up, please, and thank you. But anyway, when Nori says, we want to fuck with Ye, when you do the White Lives Matter, when you do the Confederate flag, when you do this, that, the third, we want to fuck with Ye. You niggas need to act, not y'all, not my brubs present, but them other niggas, you other niggas out here in these internet streets, you need to ask yourselves, why do y'all fuck with corny niggas to the end? Like, I don't see what else Kanye has to do to prove to y'all that he is the king of the fucking cornballs. And I need to ask people why the fuck they want to follow a cornball ass nigga any goddamn where, politically, socially, culturally. Why is this person's opinion and influence enough to make people second guess or even question, was George Floyd murdered? Do Black people care about each other? Kanye is an agent of white supremacy, and he's made that perfectly clear. If it wasn't clear before, it continues to be crystal clear now. Okay. And for anybody that is still hanging on by a thread, I hope you're hanging on by a thread. I hope, are you not, as Kalechi Okafor would say, are you not embarrassed that this is your man? Whose man's is this? And at some point, I would hope that the wider culture would start to reject Kanye outright, because the only reason that Kanye continues, and I'm contributing to it right now, and I will acknowledge those contradictions and acknowledge my own hypocrisy. But the reason I wanted to make a mention about this latest kerfuffle is because, again, when I see the lack of Black women in the room, I understand how stupid shit gets allowed to fucking fly. And the exclusion of Black women from these spaces is intentional. Or if they are included, there's a pretty privilege element and there's a colorism privilege that is attributed to that, right? And I know y'all would be like, well, Kim, you pretty. and you light skinned, don't you check the boxes? In theory, yes, but the problem is it's my mouth. You understand? And again, I don't have a problem telling niggas about themselves, and it does not matter to me how famous they are or how many records that they sold. And the thing is, that it is known. Straight out of Game of Thrones, it is known. It is known. I will come for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Again, I may not do it as mean as I front here on the internet with my friends, but I will say it. You understand? Please don't think that I wouldn't. And there's a very specific kind of woman who is allowed into those spaces, and it is not anybody with any sort of radical political ideology. Candace would be allowed in the fucking room, but she talks like a fucking cracker, right? So of course she's in the room. Anybody talking about Black liberation and rejection of capitalism and all this material shit that Kanye embodies, that he endlessly aspires to, and by extension, bourgeoisie, Black America aspires it to also. I would reject all that. You understand? Like, I would tell Kanye, you's a corny motherfucker for trying to give crackers, JP Morgan, $140 million. Why don't you radically redistribute that? You sitting on $1 billion, right, Kanye? So you could lose $140 million. That's like losing $10 to you, G. Do something radical like that. Stop finger wagging Black people. Stop trying to shame Black people for the righteous anger that we feel in response to racist violence. Stop trying to come up with right-wing talking points that you are literally being spoon-fed. This motherfucker has the most softest brain. Like, he is so malleable. He is so easily led astray. And it's very sad to see, because I think about his Black children that are in his care, and that makes me terrified. And then I look at his Black children's white mama, and I'm doubly terrified for the children. So the exclusion of Black women out of these spaces is intentional. Okay, that is a further extension of misogyny, and you're gonna see women not be in these spaces, or if they are in those spaces, they're just gonna be like, "That's crazy, yay, yay." You know, you make people really mad when you talk that way, Kanye. Like, really, that's crazy, Kanye. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, could never be the fucking kid. Could never be me, y'all.